Tino from POLI.design, and today I will be moderating the presentation of the Specializing Master in Transportation and Automobile Design. Don't forget to write your question in the dedicated Q&A box. Let me introduce the speakers for today's presentation: Fausto Brevi, the Scientific Director of the Master, and Alice Pignatel, Didactic Coordinator. Before leaving the floor to the faculty, I would like to introduce POLI.design new positioning. The claim, "Unlock Your Design Energy," means our commitment to recognizing and promote the unique potential and differences of each student. We aim to nurture personal aptitude and inclinations, offering a supportive environment that empowers students to become professionals ready to assume leadership roles and tackle complex challenges. Each specializing master program, of course, unlocks a distinct energy. So I leave the floor now to the faculty to provide more details.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. And about Unlock Your Design Energy for this master course, it means open your mind to the wide world of design for future mobility. Thanks to this specializing master course, you could get a full understanding of the design process as used in the design centers of the companies involved in transportation design. A special focus is reserved to the automotive world, and this is the reason of the name Transportation and Automobile Design, with a special focus on automotive world, because it's the most difficult, sophisticated, but also challenging and interesting world, because of the big investment related with the design of a new vehicle and of a new car especially. But at the same time also other vehicles will be explored during the master path. And exterior and interior design, that are usually the most known world of a vehicle design process, will be integrated in a complete design process, giving you the opportunity to discover and to learn unexpected job opportunities, because there are a lot of different professional features involved in the design of a vehicle, such as color and trim designer, user experience designer, user interfaces designer, surfaces designers, multimedia designers, and others. So it's really a team work to design a new vehicle, and it's very interesting because a lot of different professionals are involved. So the Specializing Master in Transportation Automobile Design is a master course of Politecnico di Milano. It's a pathway to excellence for those that want to explore in a scientific way the world of how to design a vehicle. And we are managing this course by POLI.design, but at the same time the course is a course of Politecnico di Milano, and we will use the design department facilities of Politecnico di Milano, such as, for example, the prototype workshop. The faculty is a wide group of teachers, but these are the three leaders that you will meet more often. I'm involved as the scientific director of this master. Flora Gaetani is not here now, but she is the communication manager, and Alice Pignatel, that is sharing the floor with me now, is the didactic coordinator. So she is the one that you will meet much often. The goals of this course is, of course, as I already told you, to let you experience the full process of designing a new vehicle, but the side effect of this goal is to let you understand what are your attitude exploring all the different professionals roles that are involved in this design process. This is because I'm pretty sure that several of you are fascinated by the idea of designing a vehicle, but are not well understanding and well known how many different professional roles are involved in this process. So also the acquisition of how to work in a creative teamwork and how to manage conflict inside the teamwork is part of this master course. The teaching activities will start on spring 2025. During the last part of the course, that is 15 months long, the best students may have the opportunity to be selected for an internship in companies. We have a network of companies that are partner of us for internship for students, and at the same time students that will not be selected for the internship because of course it could happen that some are more ready for starting a professional experience and someone less. They will have additional activities to develop inside Politecnico for enhancing their skills. The final exam anyway will be involved with everybody and will be focused on the presentation and discussion of the team project developed in the main module, that is the car design studio didactical unit, that is the one in which you will explore the full process of design a new vehicle. Here is a scheme with the didactical units that are based on 3 different pillars, theories and methods that are modules that are explaining you the basis of how to develop the process of designing the vehicle, tools and techniques that are the tools that you need to manage for being involved in the real design process, and the third, that is the professionalizing one, that is a car design studio at first, that is the one in which you will develop the final thesis projects, some workshops that are some full-time 1-week experience focusing on a small project, and creative group empowerment, portfolio empowerment, IP law, that means intellectual property law, focused on automotive design process, and of course the internship or the project enhancement studio, that is the one alternative to the internship. And as already mentioned, the outcome is to have learned, to have understood and learned several different professional roles, and so to have the opportunity to propose yourself not just as exterior or interior designers that are of course the most exciting roles, but at the same time, especially for the exterior designer, is also one of the most difficult role, because it is the one where the competitors are the most in amount, but also color and trim designers. That means the designer involved in choosing everything that you can see in a car, so the textiles, the exterior paints, the interior materials, and so on. The visual designer, that is also named sometimes multimedia designer, that means the one involved for graphics, for virtual reality, for 3D renderings, and so on. Surface designer, that is the one involved in realizing physical and virtual models during the design process. And UX designer, that means a user experience designer. So why choose this master? Because we believe that is an excellence path for being able to have a specializing approach to a project that is an industrial design project, but is a very specific and very competitive environment. So you need an extra curriculum for being ready for this world. And this is the only path available in Italy inside a university environment. There are some others, but are not from university reality. So here are some examples from the last year's thesis projects. These are for small vehicles that was able to move on the water and on the earth. This was another small vehicles that is able also to go inside the water. I mean, a sort of submarine vehicles, but able also to be driven on standard streets. These are more traditional vehicles. This is another for extreme environment like Antarctic world for scientific explorations, or for a metropolis of next years, because in next few years we will have in the world so many metropolises that we will be obliged to change the way in which we will move. And this is also the reason of the claim about the future of mobility, because it will not based only on the usual car that we are used to see on our streets. Alice, please.
Thank you so much, Professor Brevi. As mentioned, I am Alice Pignatel. I'm the didactic coordinator of the program, and I'll be taking a couple of minutes to let you know what are the requirements we request from our students, and what documents you need to send for taking part in the selection process. Of course, we need some formal requirements and some formal documents. This is a first level specialized master course. This means we need you to have a bachelor as a minimum requirement. We are open to the polytechnical skills, so bachelor in design, architecture and engineering. Other paths will be evaluated during the selection process, but of course we need to receive an official certification from your previous bachelor, together with your identity documents and some selection documents that you need to send. First of all, your resume, where you'll include all your previous study path and professional experience, a portfolio, a general portfolio for students coming from an architecture or design background, and a drawing portfolio from all the applicants, and a video CV, video resume, where we would like to understand who you are, what are your motivation to join in the program, and your passion and interest for the specific field.
Let me say that is something like a motivational letter, but using a video, because we believe that is a more personal way to introduce yourself instead of a motivational letter that is something more bureaucratic.
Yes,
Sorry.
exactly. We really would like to know your motivation, and we also really would like to have motivated people in the classroom, since, as mentioned beforehand, this is a very competitive environment. So having students highly motivated toward the subject is definitely a plus for the classroom activities. And I'll be spending a couple of more words for the sketching portfolio, since it's probably the most important document to send for the application. We are interested in seeing your passion and interest towards the subject. So once again, sketching is the key activity for a designer. And sketching vehicles is something we suppose you are used to be since a long time. We want to see your sketches of existing vehicles, experiment on vehicles, whatever you think represents you is welcome, and it will be the most important document to send.
And you said a word that is very important, that is vehicles. So that doesn't mean cars. Of course, also cars, but feel free to draw bicycles, motorbikes, rockets, doesn't matter. Any vehicles from your fantasy or from existing world, no problem.
Together with these selection criteria, of course, don't forget an important admission requirement, that is the knowledge of English language, since the program is taught in English. We need a self-declaration to be included in the resume. Italian is not a mandatory requirement, but of course you'll be staying with us a whole year, a bit more actually, 15 months. So it's strongly suggested to blend in the environment, especially if you get the chance to land an internship in Italian companies, is sometimes a requirement requested by the companies, and it will actually improve your stay in Italy. All the selection documents will be processed by our website, and you'll find actually the apply button on the web page of the program. We expect to receive your application very soon.
And about the knowledge of English, the video CV should be spoken in English, please.
So thank you to our speakers for their presentation. I just want to remind you that the dates of the next spring edition 2025 will be published on the website in the coming weeks. From that moment, you can access the Specializing Master webpage, click on the Apply button, create your account, and then upload all of your documents. Once your account is created, you can save and complete the application later. By visiting the Specializing Master webpage, you have also the chance to discover our promotional policy, our commitment to support your study path at POLI.design and your future. So now we can move to the Q&A session, and I see in the chat box that there are some questions. First question, will the projects be developed individually or in group?
No, the final degree project for the thesis will be developed in small groups, mainly because, as I said, the complete project of a vehicle is a complex project. So to be in a small group is fundamental for being successful, because otherwise you could be able to realize just a piece of the project, but not everything. It's very important, and at the same time is important also because it's a requirement from the companies that you are used to work in a group and to have already experienced the personal and interpersonal dynamics of working in a group, also managing eventual conflicts inside the group. It's a way to move from a working in group because we are friends into working in a group because we are professionals. It seems to be very similar, but it's not.
Okay, thank you. Another question. Is the internship taking place only in companies or also in design studios?
Well, in the transportation design world, this difference is not so big. So it's difficult to say what do you mean with design studio. Maybe if you believe to a company like Pininfarina or Ital Design, these are design studio. Yes, technically speaking, because they are not car manufacturer, but at the same time they are companies with 400, 600 employees. So they are not a small design studio. They are large company anyway.
Yeah, like company like Pinin, yes. And just another question, will the students have also visit during the master to companies, for example?
There is a didactical module that is car design cultures is the title of this didactical module that has his goal is to explore the possibility to visit either some car museum, but at the same time also some companies. And for example, last year we were in Lamborghini, that is exactly a mixture of these two, because there is the Lamborghini museum that is inside the Lamborghini companies, and so the students had the opportunity to do at first a visit to the museum and then a visit of the company inside the company. And very often the situation is like this. The same is for companies like Pininfarina itself, in which the museum of Pininfarina is at the entrance of the building where the offices are.
Okay, thank you. It seems there are no further questions. I would like to thank again the faculty of the Specializing Master in Transportation and Automobile Design once again. Stay connected to find out more about POLI.design and our services.